All right, so let's say you're heading into an interview for your dream job.
Yeah,
Sport facility manager.
big job.
You've got the skills, you've got the experience.
Yeah, you've been doing this.
But how do you nail those tough interview questions?
Right.
We're diving deep today with RoleCatcher's Career Guide
Awesome.
and their incredible AI tools to help prep like a pro.
That's what we're doing.
We'll break down the top 10 questions those hiring managers love to throw your way.
Love it. Yeah.
What are they really looking for?
Mm-hmm.
How do you craft those killer answers that are going to make you stand out?
Yeah, stand out from that crowd.
And we're going to sprinkle in some key insights from the Career Guide to give you that extra little edge.
A little extra something special.
Okay, so before we jump into those questions, let's get a clear picture of what a sport facility manager actually does.
Okay.
You're not just setting up cones and blowing whistles, right?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Think about it as managing like a small city dedicated to all things sports. You are responsible for everything.
Wow.
From that big picture stuff, budgeting, staffing, marketing, down to those nitty-gritty details like maintenance and safety protocols and making sure that events run like clockwork.
So it's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, but it can be a really rewarding job as well.
Okay, so let's get to those interview questions.
Let's do it.
First up, and this one's always a top priority, how do you ensure the safety of athletes and spectators within the facility?
So this is a big one. Safety is paramount in this role. So they want to see that you can walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
Okay.
So here's where you showcase your knowledge of things like regular inspections, safety regulations, and emergency procedures.
Right.
So think about specific examples like, how would you handle a sudden power outage during a crowded event?
Yeah. And what if like a piece of equipment malfunctions?
Yes.
How would you ensure everyone's safety while also addressing the issue?
Yeah, they want to see you think on your feet. Stay calm under pressure and prioritize safety above all else.
Right.
So don't be afraid to get into the nitty-gritty details here.
Okay.
Did you ever implement a new safety protocol that maybe reduced the risk of injuries?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe successfully handle a challenging situation that really demonstrated your commitment to safety?
Right.
Those are the kind of stories that'll make an impact.
Stories, showing, not just telling.
Exactly.
Okay, so safety first.
Always.
Always. Next question. Can you describe your experience in handling facility maintenance and repairs?
Okay.
This is where the technical skills come in.
Absolutely. This is your chance to showcase all that knowledge of HVAC systems, plumbing, electrical work,
Right.
any relevant certifications you have. Think about times you've had to troubleshoot like a really tricky problem or manage a major repair project.
So what if they'd say, like, walk me through a time you had to deal with a major plumbing issue during a busy event?
Yep.
How did you handle it?
Perfect example.
Okay.
They want to see you handle those unexpected curveballs
Right.
while minimizing disruption to the event
Yeah.
and keeping everyone safe.
Yeah.
This is also a really good opportunity to highlight your experience working with those contractors and vendors.
Right, because you can't always fix everything yourself.
Exactly.
So it's about those relationships, making sure the work's getting done.
Yeah, and making sure that it's quality work.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, show them you can keep that facility in tip-top shape no matter what challenges come your way.
Okay, speaking of challenges, let's talk about managing people.
The people.
Question number 3 is all about leadership.
Yes.
How do you manage and motivate staff members?
Oh, this is where your personality really comes in.
Okay.
This is your chance to showcase your leadership style.
Right.
And how you build a strong, dedicated team.
Okay.
So are you collaborative? Are you results-oriented? Do you empower your team to take ownership?
Yeah.
Be prepared to back it up with concrete examples.
So instead of just saying, I'm a great leader.
Yeah, no one wants to hear that.
Right. They want to hear stories of how you motivated staff.
Exactly.
How you handled conflicts.
Yeah.
Provided feedback. And fostered a positive work environment.
Think about specific situations where you had to navigate a tricky team dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
Or boost morale.
Right.
Maybe you implemented a new training program that improved staff performance. Or successfully mediated a conflict between team members.
Well, that's a good one.
Those stories really demonstrate your leadership skills in action.
It's all about showing, not telling.
Exactly.
I'm taking notes here.
Good.
Okay, let's move on to the heart of the action.
Okay.
How do you ensure the smooth operation of events within the facility?
The event master.
Okay.
This is where you paint that picture of a flawlessly executed event, highlighting all your organizational skills and your ability to handle the pressure.
So they want to know that you can anticipate challenges. Think ahead and make sure everything runs like a well-oiled machine.
Yes.
Even when there's hiccups.
Even with those unexpected hiccups.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions could they ask here?
So they might dig deeper into your experience with specific types of events.
Okay.
So have you managed large-scale tournaments, concerts, community gatherings?
Yeah.
Be ready to discuss the unique challenges of each type of event and how you've successfully navigated them.
Okay, so be prepared to share that event expertise.
Yeah.
And speaking of expertise, let's talk about the business side of things.
Okay, let's do it.
Question number 5 is all about financial sustainability. How do you ensure the facility is financially sustainable?
Okay, so this is where you demonstrate your understanding of things like budgeting, financial planning, and revenue generation. They want to see you can make smart financial decisions that benefit the facility and its stakeholders.
So it's not just about balancing the books.
Wow.
It's about finding ways to increase revenue.
Exactly.
Manage expenses.
Yes.
And ensure the facility's long-term success.
Long-term success. Yeah. That's what we want.
What are some key points to highlight here?
So talk about your experience managing budgets, identifying those cost-saving opportunities, and exploring new revenue streams.
Okay.
Maybe you have a knack for developing those creative sponsorship packages or negotiating favorable contracts with vendors.
Or maybe you've implemented a new pricing strategy that increase revenue without impacting attendance.
Yeah, those are great things to highlight.
Yeah, it's all about showcasing that financial savvy.
Yeah, you want to show them that you're not just passionate about sports and facilities, but you also have a solid grasp of the business side of things.
Right, because at the end of the day, you are running a business.
Yes, you are.
And that requires financial acumen.
Absolutely.
This leads perfectly into our next question, which is all about vendor management.
Right.
Can you describe your experience in managing and negotiating contracts with vendors and suppliers?
This is where you demonstrate your ability to build and maintain those strong relationships. With vendors, negotiate favorable contracts, and ensure quality control.
So it's about finding that sweet spot.
Yes.
Between getting the best deals for the facility.
Right.
But also cultivating those long-term partnerships that benefit both sides.
Exactly.
Okay.
So be prepared to share specific examples of successful vendor relationships you've built and contracts you've negotiated. They might also ask about your experience handling vendor disputes.
Right.
Or ensuring vendors meet the facility standards.
So it sounds like they're really trying to gauge your negotiation skills.
Yes.
And your ability to handle those sometimes delicate vendor relationships.
Exactly. They want someone who's not afraid to advocate for the facility's interests while maintaining those crucial partnerships.
Okay, time to unleash our inner marketing guru.
Yes.
Question number 7 is,
okay,
can you describe your experience in marketing and promoting sports events within a facility?
Here's where you showcase all your creativity and your understanding of how to reach target audiences and create a buzz around events.
So it's not just about hanging up a few posters.
No, definitely not.
Right.
This is about comprehensive marketing campaigns that generate excitement and drive attendance.
What kind of examples could we share here?
So think about the marketing channels you've used.
Okay.
Things like social media, email campaigns, community partnerships, and even traditional advertising.
Right.
Have you launched a successful social media campaign that went viral? Developed a creative partnership with a local business that brought in a whole new crowd?
Or maybe you have a knack for writing really compelling event descriptions.
Yeah.
That get people to click that buy tickets button.
Exactly. So show them you understand how to create a buzz, build anticipation, and make those events must-attend experiences.
Okay, now this next question is for those who've managed more complex facilities.
Okay.
Question number 8 is, can you describe your experience in managing sports facilities with multiple venues?
So this is where you demonstrate your ability to handle complexity, prioritize effectively, and maintain a clear overview of a multifaceted operation.
So if you've managed a facility with multiple gyms, fields, or courts, this is your time to shine.
This is it.
What are some key points to highlight here?
So talk about the challenges and rewards of overseeing a complex operation, coordinating schedules, managing staff across those different venues, and ensuring each venue runs smoothly.
They might ask something like, how do you prioritize maintenance needs?
Yes.
Across multiple venues with limited resources.
Exactly. They want to see you think strategically, allocate resources wisely, and keep everything running smoothly, even when juggling multiple priorities.
It sounds like a lot to handle.
It is.
But also incredibly rewarding if you thrive on that kind of organized chaos.
Absolutely. It's a role that requires a unique blend of leadership, operational know-how, and a passion for creating a seamless experience for everyone who uses the facility.
Okay, let's move on to a topic that's becoming increasingly important in today's world, sustainability.
Yes.
Question number 9 is, can you describe your experience in implementing sustainability initiatives within a sports facility?
This is where you highlight your commitment to environmentally responsible practices and your understanding of how to make a facility more sustainable.
So it's not just about turning off the lights when you leave a room.
No, it's bigger than that.
Right.
It's about comprehensive initiatives that reduce the facility's environmental impact.
What if they ask, tell me about a time you had to convince stakeholders to invest in a more sustainable solution, even though it wasn't the cheapest option?
Yeah.
How did you make your case?
That's a great example. It shows you can think beyond the bottom line and advocate for solutions that benefit both the facility and the environment. So be ready to discuss the financial and environmental benefits of your initiatives and how you've measured their success.
All right, so sustainability is a big deal.
It is.
And they want someone who's not just aware of the issues, but also actively working to make a difference.
Exactly.
Let's move on to our final question.
Okay.
It's a big one.
All right, bring it on.
Can you describe your experience in developing and implementing emergency response plans within a sports facility?
So this goes back to safety, but with a focus on preparedness. For a wide range of potential emergencies, they want to know that you can create and implement comprehensive plans to keep everyone safe in any situation.
So we're talking about everything from fires and medical emergencies to severe weather events and even security threats. This sounds intense.
It is, but it's also incredibly important.
Okay.
So be prepared to detail your experience developing and implementing emergency plans for various scenarios. Highlight your knowledge of things like evacuation procedures, first aid protocols, and how you've trained staff to respond effectively.
What kind of follow-up questions could they ask here?
So they might ask about specific types of emergencies you've dealt with in the past, or how you've adapted your plans based on lessons learned. They might also ask about your experience conducting emergency drills or working with local emergency responders.
So it's not just about having a plan on paper.
No.
It's about practicing, refining, and ensuring everyone knows their role if and when an emergency occurs.
Exactly. And it's about demonstrating your leadership in creating that culture of preparedness where everyone feels empowered to act quickly and decisively in a crisis.
Okay. We've tackled those 10 tough interview questions.
We did it.
And I have to say, I'm feeling a lot more confident about walking into that interview.
Me too.
But before we move on, let's take a quick detour and explore how RoleCatcher's AI can take our prep to the next level.
Sounds good. Let's dive in. So RoleCatcher's AI, it's like having a personal interview coach.
Oh, wow.
Right in your pocket.
In my pocket.
It can analyze job descriptions, help you tailor your resume to highlight those key skills and experiences that employers are looking for, and even give you feedback on your interview answer.
Okay, that sounds amazing. But I have to admit, I'm a little skeptical.
I get it.
How does AI actually help with something as nuanced as interview prep?
So it's all about data and patterns. RoleCatcher's AI has been trained on thousands of job descriptions and interview responses. So it can identify those keywords, phrases, and even like the tone of voice that resonates with hiring managers in the sport facility management field.
So for the resume part, it's not just about stuffing it with keywords.
No, it's about presenting your experience in a way that aligns with what employers are looking for in this specific role.
This specific role,
Exactly. So let's say the job description emphasizes experience
cool.
with managing large-scale events and implementing sustainability initiatives.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI would analyze your resume and suggest ways to highlight those specific experiences. Maybe even rephrasing certain bullet points.
Oh, wow.
To make them more impactful.
So it's like having an expert eye.
Yeah, like another set of eyes.
We're helping you craft a resume that speaks directly to the hiring manager's needs.
Okay, that's really cool. What about the feedback on interview answers?
Okay.
How does that work?
So you can actually type in or record your answers to common interview questions.
Okay.
And RoleCatcher's AI will analyze your response, looking for areas where you could be more concise,
right,
more impactful, or more aligned with what employers are looking for.
So they give you advice on how to improve it.
Exactly. It might suggest adding a specific example to back up a claim.
Okay.
Or rephrasing a sentence for clarity.
It's like having a virtual interview coach.
It really is.
Giving you real-time feedback and helping you polish those answers until they shine.
Exactly.
But even with all this amazing AI assistance, we still need to bring our authentic selves to the interview, right?
Absolutely. Technology is a fantastic tool. But it's important to remember that an interview is ultimately a conversation between two people.
So be genuine, be enthusiastic.
Yeah.
And let your passion for sports and facility management shine through.
I love that. It's about finding that balance between leveraging technology and showcasing our unique personalities and experiences. And speaking of experience, let's take a look at some career insights from RoleCatcher's Career Guide. Where can this role lead long-term?
So one thing that often gets overlooked is the potential for advancement in this field.
Okay.
You're not just stuck in one position forever.
Right.
The Career Guide highlights some interesting pathways.
Okay.
With experience and continued learning, you could move into higher management positions, maybe overseeing multiple facilities.
Wow.
Or even an entire sports organization.
So you could go from managing a single facility to being the general manager of a whole sports empire.
It's possible.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
What about starting your own business?
Yeah.
Is that a possibility?
Absolutely, if you're entrepreneurial.
You could branch out and start your own facility or sports-related business.
Okay.
The Career Guide also emphasizes the importance of continuous learning in this field.
I can see how that's important. New technologies.
Yes.
New trends, new safety protocols.
Right. It's a lot to keep up with.
It's a lot to keep up with. So how does a sport facility manager stay ahead of the curve?
They recommend taking courses, attending workshops, staying updated on industry publications.
Okay.
And maybe even pursuing certifications.
Ah, certifications.
Yes.
Do any specific certifications stand out as particularly valuable for this role?
The Career Guide mentions a few.
Okay.
Like the Certified Sports Facility Manager, the CSFM, Certified Facility Executive, or CFE, and Certified Event Venue Professional, or the CEVP.
Okay.
These certifications demonstrate your expertise.
Right.
And can really give you a competitive edge in the job market.
Okay.
And don't forget about those basic certifications like CPR and first aid.
Those are essential for anyone working in a facility where safety is paramount.
Absolutely. Okay, so there's definitely room for growth and development in this field.
There is.
Now let's shift gears.
Okay.
And talk about something that wasn't explicitly mentioned in those interview questions.
Okay.
But it's a crucial aspect of being a sport facility manager, building relationships.
Yes.
We've talked about staff vendors and even the environment.
Right.
But there's another group that's essential to success in the community.
That's a great point. A sport facility manager isn't just managing a building.
Right.
They're managing a hub for the community.
So how does a sport facility manager foster those community connections and make the facility a place where people feel welcome and engaged?
It starts with understanding the needs and interests of the community.
Okay.
What kind of sports and activities are popular? Are there underserved groups that could benefit from access to the facility? It's about doing a little research and getting a feel for the community's pulse.
And then tailoring programs and events to cater to those interests.
Exactly. Maybe it's hosting youth sports leagues, organizing fitness classes for seniors, or partnering with local schools and organizations to offer special events. It's about turning that facility into a vibrant community center.
Yeah.
Not just a place to work out or play games.
Right. And don't underestimate the power of simply being present.
Yes.
And visible in the community. Attending local events, sponsoring community initiatives, and getting to know the people who live and work in the area.
Right. Being a good neighbor.
Yeah, be a good neighbor.
And build those relationships that go beyond the walls of the facility.
This has been so insightful. It's a reminder that being a sport facility manager is about so much more than just managing a building. It's about creating a positive impact on people's lives.
Right.
And building a sense of community.
Right. That's exactly.
But we're not done yet.
Yeah.
In the final part of our deep dive,
okay,
we'll explore some even more nuanced aspects of the sport facility manager role, including dealing with challenging situations, managing risk, and staying ahead of the technology curve.
Sounds great. Looking forward to diving even deeper in part 3.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of sport facility management.
All right, part 3.
We've tackled those tough interview questions. We've explored career paths. We even tapped into the power of AI.
It's powerful stuff.
But let's face it, real life isn't always a perfectly executed interview answer.
That's true.
Right.
Life throws us some curveballs.
There are curveballs, there are challenges, and sometimes you just have to improvise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about being prepared for the unexpected.
Okay.
So think about those situations that demand quick thinking, problem solving, and maybe even a little bit of diplomacy.
Okay.
What if you have a major equipment malfunction right before a big tournament?
Oh, yeah.
Or a sudden influx of visitors that stretches your staff thin?
Okay, those are definitely curveballs.
Yeah.
How do you stay calm? Make the right decisions under pressure.
Right.
And avoid a total meltdown.
Well, first it's about having a plan.
Okay.
But also being adaptable. A well-maintained facility and a strong team are your foundation.
Right.
But sometimes you have to think on your feet.
Right.
Clear communication is key.
Okay.
Keeping your team informed, notifying stakeholders of any issues, and making sure that everyone is on the same page.
Everyone's on the same page.
And always prioritize safety above all else.
So it sounds like a little bit of that roll with the punches attitude.
A little bit of that
is essential for this role.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, whether it's calling in extra staff or seeking advice from more experienced managers.
Right.
Knowing your resources is key. No one expects you to have all the answers all the time.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
It's a team effort. And knowing when to reach out for support is a sign of a strong leader, not a weakness.
Exactly.
Speaking of potential challenges, let's talk about risk management.
Okay.
Facilities are full of potential hazards.
They are.
So how do you create a culture of safety and minimize the chances of accidents or incidents?
It starts with those regular inspections we talked about earlier.
Right.
Making sure equipment is in good working order. Walkways are clear and safety signage is visible and up to date.
Okay.
Then it's about staff training.
Right.
Not just having those safety procedures in place, but ensuring everyone understands them.
Right.
And knows how to follow them.
Right, because a safety plan is only as good as the people who are implementing it.
Exactly.
What are some other strategies for creating that culture of safety?
So regular safety drills are essential, not just to practice procedures, but also to identify any gaps or areas for improvement. Clear communication about potential hazards is key. And empowering staff to report any concerns, no matter how small, can make a big difference.
And what about liability waivers and insurance?
Yes.
Those must be important too.
Absolutely. Make sure you have adequate insurance coverage.
Right.
And that participants are aware of the risks involved in using the facility.
Right.
Having a clear waiver process helps to protect both the facility and its users.
Okay, so we've covered safety and crisis management. Now let's zoom in on something that's constantly evolving.
Okay.
Technology.
Technology.
How does a sport facility manager keep up with the tech trends that are transforming the industry?
It's a fast-paced world, that's for sure.
It is.
Think about all the ways technology is changing how we experience sports. From online ticketing and mobile apps to virtual reality training and data analytics.
Whoa, that's a lot to keep track of.
It is a lot.
Where does a sport facility manager even begin?
Start by staying informed about what's out there.
Okay.
Attend industry conferences, read trade publications,
Okay.
follow thought leaders on social media.
Right.
There are so many ways to learn about emerging technologies.
So it's about being curious and carving out time to explore what's new and exciting.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment.
Well,
Maybe it's trying out a new scheduling software.
right.
Or implementing a mobile app for facility updates and communication.
So it's about embracing innovation and finding ways to use technology to enhance the user experience, streamline operations, and maybe even gain a competitive edge.
That's the goal. And remember, technology is constantly evolving.
It is.
So continuous learning is key.
This deep dive has been incredible.
It has.
We've covered so much ground from interview prep to real-world challenges and the ever-evolving landscape of technology. I feel like I've earned an honorary degree.
You have.
In sport facility management.
You've been a fantastic student.
Thank you.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder.
Okay.
As you embark on your sport facility management journey.
Okay, I'm ready.
Think about this. What unique initiative or program would you bring to the table? How would you make your mark?
Yeah.
And create a lasting impact on your facility and the community it serves?
That's a great question to consider. It's not just about managing what already exists.
Right.
It's about envisioning what could be.
Yes.
And bringing those ideas to life.
Exactly.
Whether it's a new youth sports program, a cutting-edge training facility, or a sustainability initiative that sets a new standard.
Yes.
Think about what sets you apart and how you can use your skills and passion to make a difference.
This field is full of opportunities for those who are willing to think outside the box and bring their unique vision to the table.
This deep dive has been truly inspiring.
It has been fun.
I feel so much more prepared to ace that interview.
You will.
And more importantly, to embark on this exciting career path.
Yes.
A huge thanks to RoleCatcher for providing the resources and insights that made this all possible, and to you for guiding us through this journey.
It's been my pleasure. Remember, you got this.
I got this.
Walk into that interview knowing you're prepared to impress.
Okay.
And don't forget to head over to RoleCatcher to personalize your prep even further and unlock your full potential.
Great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of sport facility management.
My pleasure.
Until next time, keep playing the game and striving for excellence.